Welcome to my narcissistic series. Okay, so this is waking up to the narcissist, and this is really a serious topic. It is a serious vlog here, and this is like a radio show too. So it's something to put the earphones on and listen. Also, it is live and interactive too. I try and come on live as much as I can. So if you have an interest, or you feel like you are going through this yourself, you feel like you are experiencing this, and there's something, you can't you may be living with this. Many of you may be living with this, and I can guarantee that you are, because you can't avoid these people. Is it 30% of the population are narcissists? So I'm going to continue going from the last video that I did last week about the shy narcissist and the covert narcissist. So I'm going to continue from that theme last week. Hello everyone and welcome. So while we're waiting for people here, yeah, a lot of us don't have any choice, and I must admit I too am living with this kind of thing. And it's not easy, guys. It is really not easy, whether it's a work situation, whether it's a family member. You may have been forced into this situation through marriage, maybe a stepfather, maybe a stepmother, maybe because when you're a child of a divorced family, you may be, you may have had this thrust upon you. So, your parents may have divorced, and the stepmother or stepfather, selfishly, would I say a shy narcissist, a covert narcissist would actually, a covert narcissist, shy narcissist feels, what can I say, when you get a stepmother who actually, the marriage the marriage to this person, to your father or to your mother, can actually serve a purpose, whether that's financial. Well, I'm kind of saying this can be anybody, okay? But if you've had this inflicted on you, where you've had to kind of get along with some kind of step parent, they pretend to get along with you, and this was kind of forced upon you, because either your father or your mother had, this person served their needs, and that kind of thing, and they were like a partnership, but not really giving the stepchildren any kind of consideration, but just kind of faking it. Hi guys, hi everyone. Thank you for coming here live with me. Yeah, I'm talking about toxic relationships in general. This could be a marriage, it could be a mother-in-law, it could be a stepmother, a stepfather. Now, I just want to start here while we're waiting for people to join us. If they want to join us for this narcissistic series, waking up to the narcissist. But last week, the shy narcissist, I want to just look at just a couple. I didn't get that many comments on that actually, but I want to look at the comments on that. And so I have got a couple of comments that I can. Okay, a beautiful Iris from last week. Hi Yvonne, is there some way to protect ourselves from these narcissists being attracted to us? In the first instance, I had a girlfriend with these traits, and I got away from her as ASAP. Quite different when it is a boyfriend who maybe you are living with, but all the same, it puts you on guard. Absolutely, it does. It does put you on guard. And it's waking up to this. It's waking up to this. It really is unbelievable that these people exist, but they truly do. They do. And you sound like you're crazy when you sound like you're crazy, guys, when you're trying to explain. And you get somebody that you can see that their partner or their family member is toxic to them, but you try and tell that person, they don't believe you until they're ready to believe, So I watched the film. You recommended us to watch Dirty John. That explains everything about a narcissist. It does. But no, that was a partner, and it can also be, like I said, it can be family members that have been dragged into your life by, your parents' divorce and that kind of thing, and you have to get along with this new, and you can see in their face they're not that bothered, and the tone of their voice, they're all giveaways, by the way, that they're really not in this. Thank you for your discussion on this subject. I listened to your every word. I do not want anybody around me like this again. And none of us want anybody like this around us. And I want peace. Well, there is a way to actually steer these narcissists away from you. And I will look at that. Eventually, I'm going to look at that, how to deter a narcissist. But before you can get to that point, you have to learn everything about them, okay? And it has to kind of sink in that, it's like that light bulb moment. Okay, I'm dealing with this kind of person. I think I explained it very, very much in detail last week about the shy narcissist. I feel these are the worst kind. You get the overt narcissist, and if you're not overt, they try to dominate you. They're out there. They try to dominate you and dominate every sentence. And you kind of recognize, I know, overt narcissist, but this shy narcissist, it's very shy at first, okay, and they mirror everything. They mirror everything that you do to actually get into your head. It's all about mind games with this shy narcissist. And I will go into this. It is just it's so complex, guys. So the other comment that I got last week too, I'll just read. Clarinda, I do not agree that the family of a bully is the same. Okay, because I had a partner who abused me in every sense, from physical to emotional, and his family was not like that at all. Well, the family may have been covert. May have been sweet and lovely on the surface, And I'm not trying to make you paranoid, but I did give a reply to that, that not all families are like this. I agree. But the families know that look, if you are with somebody that's a narcissist has a deranged mind, who who has a personality disorder, I'm sure that the family know. Okay, they know, and they've probably got some idea why he's like that. They may have compensated too much. They may have abused that child. Okay, as a child, they may have allowed abusers around that child. So they may know. They will know why that particular. I can tell you now that if you've got a deranged kid and you've kind of maybe from a broken family or a broken marriage, um, you kind of know why that your son. If it's your son, you would know from the broken relationships, the string of broken marriages, the debacle of their lives. That the maybe have got arrested for drugs, uh, crossing boundaries, getting unsociable behaviour. I can guarantee you the family will know about this. Now, they may be sweet and nice to you because they want this damn narcissist to off their hands, okay? They want this narcissist away, they're glad, they're happy, they're glad that they've met you to take this person away from them. This is how this is. So I can't believe that the family have no it's an isolated thing. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. I may be wrong, but I feel that it's a childhood trauma. It's a childhood trauma, guys. This is what causes this. They may have been abused in some form, or even denied unconditional love. Now, this is a big one, guys. If any kind of family member or any step parents or any kind of partner has a history, I mean, I'm not saying all, you do get people that go and get therapy and all of that and come through this. But if they've even had a parent, let's say a little boy here, okay, had a parent, a single parent maybe, who didn't have time and kind of they had an abusive partner, they left that abusive partner, and now they've got a kid to bring up by themselves, okay, and they resent having to, having have gone through that abuse, not getting any financial help, trying to work 12 hours a day plus, uh, dragging this kid to school and back. This kid's getting bullied at school because of they don't have a father figure, and do not have any kind of male role model to help them. So this kid here is getting dragged from pillar to post, um, and when the mother is they have mommy issues, okay, when they are with the mother, and this is like after school, after whoever looked after them after school, they get home and it's straight to bed. They don't have any relationship with the mother, and their mother just does not have energy or time to give unconditional love. And that can create a monster, believe it or not, because then you've got whoever's looking after those kids could be abusing that child. They don't really want this either. It's kind of been kind of forced onto them. Grandparents, you name it, uncles, that kind of thing. So you know Um, these people have had trauma as children, and it could even be omitting support, omitting affection, forcing that child to be more independent and an adult at an early age. For some of us, being an adult at an early age is kind of, we probably have come through that, but still in having our own issues, but have not developed this narcissistic, this narcissistic uh, dysfunction. So, okay, but if you are a normal, loving, affectionate human being, and you've been forced into this situation, let's say it's a stepfather or it's a stepmother, okay, and this stepfather or this stepmother is kind of flung into your life here at the age of, like, let's say 10 years old, and you know this step parent does not really want you around. They get benefits. It's like they get benefits from this marriage. They get a roof over their head. It's like, also you may be a trophy. That the father or the parents may be a trophy wife or a trophy husband, that they can say to their family, look what I've got, kind of thing. Okay. So they may not have got with your parent for love. It may have been for finances. Okay. And let's say this kid, no, that you're the victim here. You're the victim, or let's say this child is a victim, or you was a victim growing up of narcissistic abuse, and your stepmother or father will put on this, like, very kind. I'm not saying all stepfathers and stepmothers are like this, but they will put on the sweetest voice to you, make you the lovely dinners in front of your father or mother, and be really kind of sweet to you. But as soon as they kind of leave the room, as soon as, yeah, I'm going to look how you get out of this, guys. This is waking up to the narcissist, okay? So it's kind of waking up, and I will go into how you get your life back. I'm going to cover all of that on a Thursday, okay, for my viewers. So you're left in the room with this narcissistic step parent who's just got with your other parent for money, for security. Oh, just to look good. Okay, I've got someone, and I'm kind of not too attractive. I'm a bit fat, and I actually got someone. So it doesn't matter who it is. Okay. And it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody. Either way, it was just a relationship of convenience kind of thing. And you've been flung into this, and this narcissistic step parent had to put a mask on to pretend all of the time. Okay, all of the time, to keep this facade going. So they didn't want you around. They didn't want you around. They didn't care about. They didn't love you, and they didn't truly love you. And let's say that another couple of kids came along, and they're looking at you thinking, they're thinking at the back of the head, I don't care about you. I don't love you, but I've got to pretend to love you. I've got to pretend and fake this. So underneath all of this, there is this seething resentment. And they hate you. They don't love you. They hate you. Narcissistic stepmothers and stepfathers hate you. So as soon as As soon as the real parent, the biological parent, leaves the room, the cat, you can see that, you can see that mask drop a little bit, but they'll only show you that behind closed doors. And they'll say something, they target as well your vulnerabilities, especially growing up, as like a young, if you've not developed, they will target your vulnerabilities. Say if you was a female and you put on weight a little bit easily, they would make you a cake, okay, and pack it full of sugar and cream and the most fatteningest cream. And they will make you this cake and chocolate and pack everything that's really fattening into a cake. And they will give it to you in front of your father. And they will say, there you are, I've made you a cake. How nice is that for tea? And I've made that specially for you. Now that kid is going to feel guilty. The father's there. Well, aren't you, aren't you going to have a piece of cake there? And, how nice is that? So she cuts a massive big wodge of this cake. And that wodge of cake may have got about 2,000 calories in just that slice. And she knows that's like gonna pack the pounds on you. And doing it all under the guise of this lovely covert narcissist. This is what they're like, guys. This is what covert narcissists are like. And deep down they hate you. They are jealous of you. And you'll sit there with this great big wodge of cake, and your father will be saying, come on, eat it up. She's made that specially for you. And you'll kind of force it down your throat. And then she'll cut you another piece, which is another 1,000 calories. So you kind of consumed about 3,000 calories in a piece of cake. And it's like, or two pieces of cake. And that cake was, baked not with love, but with hatred, okay, with hatred. And they're truly sick people. They are sick. This is how sick they are, guys. This is how sick they are. And I know that I started this with the narcissistic series back in 2016, but I wanted to do this. I've learned a lot more since, actually, and I wanted to add to that kind of, I wanted to add to those videos that I've already done, with more kind of experience of this now. So after a while, you probably felt sick after that cake, knowing double cream, double chocolate, shovels full of sugar in there, you name it, 5, 6 eggs, and the thick kind of chocolate cream on it. It was done with hatred. It was baked with hatred. This is how sick they are, guys. They truly are sick individuals. And they'll sit there and make sure you eat every crumb. So I feel this can happen, this evil can happen through marriage, through, and the relationships never last. If they do last, they are a marriage of convenience, It's not true love. It's not love. It's a marriage of convenience because look what I've got. I've got one of these guys here that's got their own company, their own business, who's good looking. And I know that I'm a bit ugly. And I know that, I could never get anybody like that unless I, open my legs and try to be sweet and nice when underneath I hate that person. I hate having to sacrifice. I hate having to take somebody else's stepkids on and all of that kind of thing. So we're talking about toxic people. That's how toxic some people are. You know, you could have like a husband who's married this toxic wife, and a second, third marriage or something. Really sweet guy, got a great, a lovely home, and that kind of thing. And she's cooking the dinners, and she's packing the salt in the dinners, knowing that he's got a bad heart, you know, and making sure that he needs to lose some weight because he's got cardiac failure or something, and the doctor said that he needs to lose weight. So what does that wife do? She cooks him high fat meals every day, packed with salt, packed with sugar, and sits there and says, "Oh, look, I've just cooked you that. I've baked that for you. Oh, come on, you must eat it." And he's saying, "Well, I should go on a diet, really," and and not only that, kind of created that purposely packing the salt in, packing the sugar in, all carbohydrate diet, and all of that kind of thing. And if this person's diabetic, it's like they will hide the sugar in things. So this is a toxic person. Toxic people are narcissistic. And somebody like that's covert. They do things covertly. And when they hide their hatred in food, it's covert. And when they put that smile on their face while they're serving it to you, that's all covert, okay? It's covert. And there's something wrong here. You've said to this person, "Oh, I'm on a diet. I can't eat that because I'm on a very strict diet. I go to the gym every day." Well, while you're at the gym every day, they're cooking this fattening, high fat meal for you. And why are they doing this? Because they don't want you to have a happy life. Toxic people do not want you to have a happy life, and they will do everything to sabotage your happy life, okay? That's what toxic people do, guys. They're truly sick individuals. Let's say, okay, this is how toxic these individuals are. Let's say that you have this stepmother, and this stepmother says to you, "Oh, look, I can get you a job at my place, and I'll put a word in for you." And you're thinking, "Wow, that's really kind of you. Thank you." And they put a word in for you, and you get that job. And as soon as you get the job, they can watch you to make sure that you don't succeed. And they've got you there in their company, in their workforce, so they can watch you and watch your demise very slowly. So what they do, covert narcissists love bomb you, whether this is a partner or whether this is a stepmother, stepfather. They'll say, "Yeah, you'd be fantastic at that. I will get you in there. I will talk to the managers. I know all of them. Yeah, no problem, no problem. I will." So they get you there where they can control you, because it's all about power and control. It's all about power and control. They will get you in that workforce, making out that they're being absolutely an angel for doing this. And when they get you in there, they will start to get their flying monkeys all turned against you. Okay. They're very, very expert at doing this too. They will do it indirectly. And they will watch your demise. They will watch you suffer. They will give you twice the workload. and they will observe from a distance while their flying monkeys do all the dirty work for them. Okay. And they'll say something, oh, I've known her all my life, and she is so lazy. I had a job getting her out of bed in the mornings. I had a job getting her to clean her. She could do with a lesson being taught to her, and she needs a lesson taught to her. She's so damn lazy, and they do it in a very kind of way that makes it look as if they care. They care. That's how they do it. It's all about power and control. So that's if you've got somebody in the family, and they'll say, oh, well, I'll help you with your studies. I will help you get there. I will help you. I will even pay for your money to get to the taxi fare to get to work. But the bigger, that's the small thing. Okay, the bigger picture is to watch your demise, and watch it with an audience. With an audience. Okay, and that's what they do. That's how sick they are, and they do it under this kind of. They do it under this very loving, caring, kind of sweet, soft voice. Okay. And I wanted to talk about toxic people because it's not just partners, it's not just boyfriends, it can be anybody, and it can be a work colleague. It can be, you think this person cares about you, and all along they're so sweet and lovely to your face, but behind your back, they've got things scheming to watch you fail. And especially if they've had, if you're a stepchild and they've had other children, then it becomes like a competition between you and their other children. And they make sure that their own children elevate to the top, and you are kind of at the bottom of the rung. That's how sick they are, guys. That's how sick they are. I have to say, if you feel your intuition, because they want you to ignore your intuition, absolutely. They want you to be blindsided of abuse. They want you to not see this abuse, and that's how they do this purposely, guys. And they kind of so sweet and lovely to your face, and behind your back they're scheming. There's this big kind of web of lies. They're liars. They're pathological liars. Okay. And you may say to them, oh, what does that person think of me? I hope they think okay of me, and they see that kind of sensitivity about you, and they will turn around and say, that person thinks the world of you, and they really like you. And behind the scenes, they're actually creating havoc. Okay. They're telling this person, all your potential friends, all your potential people that you could get close to, they're absolutely sabotaging all of that behind the scenes. And that's how sick they are, guys. Yeah, they're sick. Sometimes they do it insidiously. They don't do this. They don't do this. It's not a fast thing. It's not an overnight thing. They do it very slowly. It's calculated. These types of people have been abused as children in some way, and they see maybe a pretty girl, or a good-looking guy maybe as a huge threat. It reminds them of all their kind of failures when they see a pretty girl who's got everything going for them, like a very caring, very empathic nature. Everybody's saying, "Oh gosh, she's so caring. She really is a lovely girl." They will hate you for that. They will hate you for that. and they will despise you for that, because they feel that deep down inside they know how evil they are. They know how evil they are. So you get this with parents. You can have a narcissistic father who's been narcissistic to your mother, and they create this trauma bond. They love bomb you to, they love bomb you. Oh, I love you. Come here. Let me give you a cuddle. And it's like they put you right up there on a pedestal. And also partners. Let's not forget partners do this too. Okay. They love bomb you. They will fetch and carry for you. They will cook your meals for you. They will put you right on a pedestal. They will treat you like the perfect kind of father figure, the father that you never had, and all of this, stepfather, whatever. They will put you right up there on a pedestal. They will buy you gifts. They will say what gorgeous glossy hair you've got. And you will be the center of their world, the center of their world. And they do this for a purpose, guys. They do it so they can so you get hooked on that. So you get a dopamine rush. These hormones you get when you get love bombed are so powerful. It's like heroin. And it's like having a shot of heroin when you get treated like that, especially when your self-esteem is so low. Or if you're not very good looking and you're not attractive, or you're a little bit plain and you're getting all this attention, it's all acting. It's all acting because they're. And we all talk about narcissists, not your normal kind of everyday person. Your normal everyday person may have a little bit of this, but not to this extreme. Let's get this right, okay? This person will be the greatest lover in bed. Now, when you sleep with a covert narcissist, when you have sex with a covert narcissist, if it's a lover, they will try to they love bomb you to bits, to crazy love bombing, and they seduce you with their it's like a push and pull kind of thing, and they seduce you, and they get you to be like almost begging them to go to bed with them, and they put on this seduction, these eyes. They look at really deep into your soul. You feel like you've met your soulmate. You feel like you've met your soulmate, guys. You really do. And they get you hooked. Your dopamine's rushing around. Your pheromones are going like crazy. You can't sleep at night. You're tossing and turning. You get obsessed with this person. And there's phone calls, texts. They love bomb you like no tomorrow. You think, good God, I have met my soulmate here. And yeah, I know, guys. Thank you for your stories there. And it is so sad. And I am going to help you guys to get off those antidepressants. And I'm going to help you as a medical person too. I'm not a psychologist, but I have been in medical. I'm not acting as a medical person now. I'm just acting as an awareness, okay, to these people. And I've been dying to do this, guys, dying to do this for years. Because I've worked with people like this. I've seen people act like this. I've taken the bait for this. I have had relationships with people like this. I've seen not my stepmoms and dads, but I've seen other people's stepmoms and dads do this. So I've been there, guys. I've been there. And I'm going to help you how to kind of get how to get away from these people, how to deflect these people. I'll do that at a later date. Keep watching my Waking Up to a Narcissistic series, okay? Now let's continue. They love bomb you, they put you on a pedestal, you get obsessed with them. You've waited all your life for this person. It doesn't matter how old you are, okay? They they check out what you own as well. You see, at the beginning, you see all these red flags. They check if you invite them to your house or your flat or your apartment. They will walk in, they will walk in every room, and they will check out your apartment or your house and your garden. And they will make a comment, and they will say something like, "Wow, haven't you got a huge garden?" And they'll say something. It's all shallow. It's all shallow. It's what they can get. It's what they can get from you. It's not love. It's not love, guys. They're acting a part. They're acting a part. And let's go back to the sex here, okay? Yeah, well, I have got this intuitive energy too, Kirsten, but not just that. It's kind of helping people to wake up, truly wake up to this. If you have sex with a narcissist, they fake making love to you. It's over the top, okay? But what you notice with a narcissist when you have sex with them all, it's not making love. They don't make love. It's an act, okay? It's an act. And they will enact having passionate sex with you or passionate lovemaking with you. But what you will notice while you're in this act of passion, that they are a separate entity to you. You're not actually connected. You are not connected. When you fall in love and you look into somebody's eyes and you are truly connected and you make love and it's amazing, okay? And it's like, wow, and you kind of can't get over it for like days. It's not that kind of passion. It's not that lovemaking. There's no connection. And that's what you notice, okay? That's what you notice is they are separate. When you're making love as a unit together, there's no connection and you're like separate and you're laid there and you're thinking, or whatever you're doing, what positions you're doing, because they do put you through a lot of positions too. But I'm thinking, where did that come from? That kind of thing. And that's another thing. They'll be sweet and lovely to you. You get in the bedroom and it's a different, it's like they know everything. It's like they've studied it. They know how to give you an orgasm. They know how to give you the most intense orgasm. And it's like, you kind of do, there is like this suspicion of, wow, how did they know that? And wow, and it's like they've learned, it is like they've learned how to do it. It's like they've gone on some kind of website and copied all these kind of porno clips or and kind of, anyway, I won't go into that because it's a bit rude. But you notice they don't make love. There's no connection. And that's what you do notice with a narcissist, a covert narcissist. They're acting, and you can see it in front of your eyes. This narcissist, there's no connection, and they're acting. All of it, all this. It's like an acting scene. And as time goes on, guys, they can't keep this mask on forever. And especially if it's a stepmom or somebody like that, the master slip, and you see it's always where nobody sees it. And this is where you see the mask slip how much they hate you, is because it's behind closed doors. There's nobody in the room. There's nobody to witness. There's no witnesses. Like, okay, guys. There's no witness. And you can, when there's no witnesses, the covert narcissist, who's maybe a stepdad, stepmother, will just take that mask off and show you who they truly are and look at you in a very hateful and disgusted way. And you're wondering why suddenly they've changed. And it's a big red flag. It's a big red flag. Or they'll say something very derogatory, like something that they know how to press your vulnerable buttons to get narcissistic supply. And if it's a stepmom talking about your kids, she'll say something like, "Don't you really care what time they go to bed?" And just an off the cuff comment. Don't you care how much nutrition that if they get their veg every day? They'll just say something very cruel and nasty behind closed doors. Believe me, I've had it. I've had that with an in-law. I've also had that. Well, I won't mention it on here, but I have. And they always say it in another room, so nobody can hear. And when you complain about it, they call you a liar, and they call you, "Oh, she's deranged. Oh, she needs help. She needs help. She's deranged." If you actually say something about it, okay. When you actually do work them out, and you look at, they know when you've worked them out, okay. They know that their gig is up. They know their gig is up when you look at them in a certain way, like you don't believe a word that comes out of their bloody mouths. When you look at them in a certain way, you know my picture there on the screen where I've got that stare. If you look at them like that when they're talking like that, you don't believe a damn word they're saying, and you don't say anything, and your smile is neutral like that, that's when the covert narcissist knows that the gig is up, that you know what's going on. But they up the ante at that point, because they want to, before you leave, they want to destroy you. Okay, they want to destroy you. So this is where the devaluation comes in, when you see them for what they are. And they start to do a smear campaign. Before you do the smear campaign, you know, that you've noticed them, you know what they are. The gig's up with you. They start to smear campaign you before you do it, okay? Before you do it, they do it. Because they've seen that look in your eyes. Like, the gig is up here, guys. You know, the gig's up here. So the smear campaign, everybody that you know will be told things about you, that you told secrets to them, and they will tell everything, and they'll tell lies, and they will pile it all on to destroy you. And if this is somebody in your family and you can't escape them, it's just so horrible to watch this unfold. And you have to put up with this until this damn person dies. And sorry, I shouldn't say this, but narcissistic, covert narcissists are just pure evil. They are pure evil. They don't have compassion. They don't care what they've done to you. They don't care how they have destroyed you. They don't care how they have sabotaged you. They don't care. All they know is deep down they hate you. They don't love you, okay? They don't love you. And they've got you to ignore your intuition, because everybody's saying, the flying monkeys, well, you know, if she's going to bake you a cake like that, or if he's going to do that fix your car for you, or if he's going to do that for you, surely he's not, you know, he's such a nice guy. She's such a nice stepmom. So, you know, Aren't you the one that's being nasty? So they show the outside world this false sense of this false self. They show the outside world their false, fake, wonderful self here, the perfect person. Because really, if they took their mask off, and show who they truly are, that hateful, evil person that's so dark and nasty, they can't show that their true self, because their true self is absolutely evil, okay? Is a sewer, a pit of sewer. And what they've done to people to get up the ladder, to actually, destroy other people, dropping and cheating on people, the string of lies and the web of lies. If you found that out about that person and you looked at them like I'm looking at you from that photograph, if you looked at them like that, very neutral, and just stared at them like that, and the narcissist knows that you know. The narcissist knows that you know what they're truly like. Okay, if this is a partner, okay. I mean, this goes on and on and on, guys. It really does. And oh, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to make anybody cry, okay? But if you're crying and this gets this out of your system, then this is a good thing. It's positive. Because when you have pushed all these emotions down and you've buried those emotions because you have ignored your gut feeling about these people, then this is your emotions coming up, and you are crying because you're waking up to this. And when you wake up to a narcissist, things only get better. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make anyone cry here. I'm just telling you what it's like here, what these narcissistic, toxic people are like. And when it's somebody close to you, and you say to yourself, "Oh my God, that's actually my father, my mother, my stepmother, um, did exactly that, and I can't believe that person never even loved me." You're going to cry. You will cry because of that. Because you have been a victim of this person's cruelty. And you shouldn't cry for these people, because they're truly, truly deranged. They're deranged, guys. They victimize people because they are deranged. They hate themselves. They know that they are evil, and they're such evil. They need help. They need psychiatric help because they are antisocial. Okay. Yes, tears cleanse the soul. Absolutely. So cry if you have to cry. Get it out of your system, because you do come here you are wanting to wake up to this damn, and it's hard because I'm an honest, caring person, and I want to help you guys. And this is why you get emotional, because you trust what I say. And, and I'm truly an empath. I've also been victimized, guys. Honestly, I have been victimized. I had a really good cry. I had a good cry about, I would say, a month ago, and I really roared like a banshee. I roared like a banshee, like I was really, really hurt deep inside, and I cried my eyes out. And that's all of that pushing down, all of that hurt, that You ignored those signs. Okay, so I just want to continue here with this is not your fault, guys. This is not your fault. It's not your fault. This is not you was a lovely, pretty, you pretty, or even if you were not that pretty, if you was targeted because she was a lovely girl or you was a lovely person, and they were jealous of you. They were jealous and envious of you and what you represented. And if it was your stepmom, your stepfather that did that, you may have looked like your mother, you may have looked like your father, and they resented that fact. Okay. Okay, if this is a partner, when you go through this love bombing stage and you have taken the bait, because they do bait you. They do bait you. They make you jealous. It's not love. Okay, they don't love you. What they do is trauma bond you. They want to hurt you to create this trauma bond, and you think that's true love because you think, oh, I'm so jealous, I'm so hurt, he's not called me, and it's like a trauma bond. um, and how they do that is they abuse your vulnerabilities. They know that you maybe was abandoned as a child. They know that you possibly lost a child or something. They know that you was cheated on. So all of those things they target to traumatize you, to trauma bond you. Okay. Now at the beginning, there's all this kind of passion, there's this love, this you fall deeply in love with this person because they are like your soulmate. And when you see them, your heart's jumping, your tummy's rolling, and you get all these butterflies, and you make the person makes love to you like there's nobody who's ever done that before, but you don't feel the connection. That's a big red flag. Um, but they can't wear this mask forever, okay? They can't wear this mask indefinitely. They can't do this. And eventually the mask starts to drop. The mask starts to drop. And they also see that, at the beginning they're looking for you are that new kind of narcissistic supply that they can extract from your energy, that they can extract from you. And, you're that new, shiny new toy. You are that gets them excited. You are giving them pure, pure A grade narcissistic supply. You're really into them. You don't know them and you believe it. You believe all this. You want to give this person a chance because they are showing you pure kind of love. That's how you see this, because they are acting. And you fall in love with them. You fall in love with them. Like I said, you get addicted to them. But after a while, when you start to show your normal side, like you get out of bed in the morning, your hair is all over, and you maybe that one day you'll get the flu or vomiting and diarrhea, and you show who you truly are as a human being, that you're not an object to play with. When you get to that point into like a real relationship, these narcissists, these covert narcissists, we kind of say to you, they don't say to you, but they look at you in disgust. Like, oh, you've lost your shine. You've lost your kind of, they may even say that to you. They may say, oh my God, you've lost your kind of passion. and you've lost your, um, look at the state of you when you get out of bed. And they start to devalue you because your shine is wearing off, you see. The shiny new thing, and you start to get normal in a relationship, and you don't give him as much kind of attention, and their mask is slipping off, and they start to say, and they feel that they're losing narcissistic supply because you're not giving them as much narcissistic supply. So they'll up the ante, they'll start to make you jealous, they'll triangulate you with another woman, and they'll get you to be on your toes 24/7. And they do this deliberately. They get you on your toes, okay? And they get you to chase them again and give them narcissistic supply. Now, if you stop texting them back, and they have to teach you a lesson that, this is how narcissistic they are. All they think about, guys, narcissism, the word narcissism is about them being selfishly thinking about themselves. It's all about them, okay? And when you start to get into a relationship and it starts to get normal, you see, narcissists don't want that. They want you to be on your toes. And that's when they start to devalue you. They start to triangulate with the other women. Then they start to get bored of you. Okay. They will get bored of you, guys. At this point, they will, when you are stepping into a relationship, when you're walking around in a big baggy old t-shirt with holes in, and in your panties, and you're walking around the the apartment, and they're looking at you. Oh, okay, you're not trying anymore. You're not trying anymore. And they start to groom somebody else in the background because they're not getting that A grade supply that they got at the beginning. And the narcissist always, always loves that infatuation stage because you don't know them at that stage. And when you start walking around with your baggy t-shirt on and all of that, and your hair's all over, your makeup's all over your face, that's normal in a relationship, people. That's real, okay? That's real. That is real, okay, when you start to do that. And they don't like it when it reaches that stage. They don't want that. They start grooming other people. And they want people to see their fake persona, this fake persona they put on, like, that really, they have this kind of illusion that they are like, I don't know, like Tom Cruise on Top Gun. This, they've got this kind of illusion that, oh, I'm like this, I'm a big boy, and I'm good looking, I'm like they have this kind of grandiose idea of themselves. And if you see them as they really are, you lose your shine, and your shine starts to wear off. And that's when they start to abuse you, okay? And that's when they say, look at the state of you. What's happened to your hair? Have you got no makeup on? They won't, maybe they won't say that, but they will just ignore you. They will kind of start to get bored of you. They will not see you for days. They will not talk to you. They won't give you any investment because that kind of A grade supply has disappeared. So now they're grooming somebody else. This is how the cycle goes with the narcissist, okay? They start to groom someone else because they feel that they are superior beings, guys. They have a grandiose idea of themselves. Oh, I'm much more superior than you normal people. You're just normal, walking around in your baggy holy t-shirt in the bedroom. And I'm much more superior to this. I can get somebody 6 foot tall, like a supermodel. This is what they think, guys. They're so sick, and you're settling into a relationship. They start to degrade you. They start to look at other women while you're with them. They start to, have two or three phones on the go. They have to have. They have to have narcissistic supply. Like somebody said, some other reader said, or some other one said that they have to have narcissistic supply like it's oxygen, like it's the air in their lungs that they breathe. They have to have it. And you get to this point where the mask falls off and you're thinking, where was that nice guy gone? That accepted me without makeup on, that accepted me as just as I am. Where did that person go? And you're kind of left with a stranger. They do this to everyone that they're with, guys. They get to this point where it starts to get comfortable, and then they leave. They're already discarding you for this next supply. And when you get to that phase where that shine's gone off, and they start to lose interest, and you get placed into the harem. When if this other new supply doesn't work out, I'll come back for you, and I'll love bomb you again and make you believe that it's all going to work out the second time around, or the third time around, or the fourth time around. Until you learn that I'm never going to change. Okay. Now, this is if it's a narcissistic partner, and if you stick with somebody like this and you're married to this person, even if you're not married, this person will cheat on you. They will cheat on you. If you marry this person, if you keep going back and keep going back, thinking they're going to change, they will cheat on you, and they will blame everything onto you. They're sick. They're sick, guys. They have a mind of a 7 or 8 year old, and they don't have any kind of emotional maturity, such as empathy, such as compassion. The void of that, they don't understand it when you're compassionate. They don't understand it when they don't understand about love, because they've got a maturity of a 7 year old when it comes to emotions. So how can they know about that? So when the mask drops and you realize that that you're dealing with an empty shell, that's when you wake up to a narcissist. And that at that point too, that can get very dangerous. That can get very dangerous when you see the narcissist as an empty shell, because if you turn around and you give that person a narcissistic injury and turn around and say, you're nothing, okay, to what I met when I first met you. You're fake. You're fake. If you say that to the narcissist, you've lied to, if you say to the narcissist, you have lied to me from day one. You're nothing like you said you were going to be. You told me that we were going to get married. You told me that you were a wealthy person. You told me you had this great job. You told me that you was going to move abroad with me, and you told me this and you told me that. And you're a damn liar. You've lied about everything. You've got me going up a garden path and you to a dead end. How dare you? You're a liar. You're a fake. And look at you. You cannot even sit there and have an adult conversation. Who are you? Who are you? Because you do get angry like that when all of the mask drops off. And if you do that, okay, that is dangerous. That is dangerous because you are going to give them, don't forget, they're very fragile. The reason why they put on this fake persona is to hide what you have just kind of exposed. So if you expose their true selves here, that they can be dangerous. They can be violent at that point, and they can actually do horrible things. They don't have empathy. They do it to simply get narcissistic supply and to look normal, guys. And I know it's so difficult to, all of this is so difficult to get in your head, isn't it? And actually kind of really wake up to this. It's just so bizarre because it's not just a partner, it's not just an husband, it's also your work colleagues at work. It's your stepfather, stepmother, people in your family has been treated like the golden child. It's so many people in your lives, you know. So let's have a look at your comments, guys. Thank you so much for coming here today, live. Okay, this is to help and guide us and to have a more kind of, it's to educate too and to be aware. It's an awareness. This is an awareness of narcissism. That's what I'm trying to do, put awareness out there. Okay, Samantha Bogler. You usually find if the narcissists don't completely destroy you in the family, then a repetitive similar situation with friends affecting you will run on then over and over again. Yeah. The nicer the person, the most lovely people, someone whose goodness abounds, and someone pursuing Christianity, an empath, get targeted. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's lovely, lovely, lovely people who get targeted. It's the animated contest of life between good and evil. That's a great way of putting that. Thank you, Samantha. I think that's right. It is. I guess good and evil's been going since the beginning of time, but it seems to be a phenomena at the moment about narcissism and narcissistic people. Channelie, hi Channelie. Yvonne, can you do a show on positive solutions to all? Absolutely, absolutely. They do take time. I am going to. I will cover how to put off a narcissist. How to put off a narcissist if you recognize, and how to get them to get away from you. And I know this sounds awful because they'll just go and target somebody else. But I will educate on. I'll try to educate on how to put a narcissist off. I mean, I can say one thing here, but I will do one on the Thursday shows. Okay. One way to put off a narcissist is actually to be needy. Show that you have got, show that you want your needs fulfilling and act selfish in that way. That is a way to make a narcissist run. If you found yourself in a relationship, you want to look at a way out. The way to do it is to keep saying, oh God, I feel ill today. I need you to rub my shoulders. Oh, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Oh, I need you. If they feel they're getting, give them zero narcissistic supply, because they're looking, narcissistic supply is attention, adoration, fulfilling every one of their needs here unconditionally. Being a doormat basically and being a slave. That's what they want from you. If you do the opposite of what they want from you without being too kind of drastic, they'll go elsewhere to get it. Okay. If you show that you are, that actually act, do some narcissistic traits. Just say, "Aren't I beautiful? Don't you think I've got fantastic? Haven't I got gorgeous eyes? Haven't I got gorgeous hands? Don't you think I've got unusual hands?" And be so self kind of obsessed. That's one of the ways to get rid of a narcissist. Okay. So, and that's how to notice one too. That's how to notice one too. Um, and let's have a look here. I am. I do apologise if you cried on this session, and I wouldn't say that is a bad thing. I think that's quite a good thing, because when you've dealt with this kind of abuse, you can suffer from PTSD, because it's trauma. And if you're crying that trauma out, that's a good thing. Okay, that's getting you back to being who you are, authentically, when you cry all that out. Um, so let's see here. Um, yeah, so Sylvia, I am sorry that you was in tears there, but that's a good thing, because that means that you trust me to feel like you can do that. Okay. I will read some of this. Sylvia, Yvonne, I was a home carer after I had to finish work due to a car accident. Okay. In 2015, they have just crushed me. I have now no self-esteem. I'm rock bottom, down on antidepressants every day. It gets sort of harder. I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry if you've been through that and you've actually been crushed by a narcissist. Um, I think a lot of us have been there in the work situation where you're good at your job, you excel at your job, and you've got a narcissist there watching you excel, and they don't want you to be excel above what they are. So they start this campaign. Um, and they have flying monkeys. You may have noticed that in the workplace. You get these group of people that kind of bully a weaker one. That's what they look for, is the weaker, the new person, the new employee. Nobody new stays in that workplace, because and actually. There are companies that are dealing with narcissists in the workplace who are kind of, no new staff kind of stay, because they've been bullied out of positions, who are maybe a lot more qualified, maybe a lot better than the people they've got. So I hope that gets better in the workplaces, that bosses become more aware, of these people that destroy. They actually do destroy companies, and they make the production very kind of low. So I hope, you do get that in the caring profession. You do get these kind of people in caring professions, believe it or not. Um, let's have a look here at some more of your comments before I go. Um, Shazade, well, what a turn of events. I mentioned a few weeks ago about spells. Okay. I don't know anything about spells, so I can't say anything about that. Samantha Burgley, hi. I can't get near my daughter to do. Okay, so again about exorcism. Okay. Um, hello from the Netherlands there, Amara. I'm a fan from the Netherlands. Hi. A pity that there is no subtitles now. Well, I did put subtitles up, and I think it's up to you to press something. Um, understand is difficult for me. Reading, no problem, dear. Okay. Oh, sorry. Well, I did put subtitles up so you could read that if you're a little bit deaf. So I don't know what's happened to the subtitles. Um, okay. I was Samantha. I was sensitive, like my father. My mother finished both of us. I'm sorry. Then he died when I was 16. I had no one. Then my daughter was my whole life. And she turned out with my mother's personality. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Isn't it awful? This is how it kind of spreads, from one kind of family member to the other. And you do get people that say, I don't want my children anywhere near that person because I do not want my children to be narcissistic. Um, you do kind of get parents, especially, grandparents, that kind of thing. Okay, no nature. The pity of it is that to survive a parent like that, a child has to become like that too. It's true that actually, when you emulate the narcissistic parent, they kind of get congratulate you for being toxic, don't they? Otherwise, these kids are just shells of the person they could have been. Absolutely. Absolutely, and possibly end up, some of them end up with you know narcissism because they don't feel they're good enough. Samantha, okay, Samantha. Hello, everyone. I understand the subject inside and out as my mother's father, my mother, my brother, and my daughter had it. Okay. And have it. Yeah, I think we've all got. It's called a dysfunctional family, dysfunctional families. Yeah, and it's sad that when you wake up to narcissism, you have to cut away people out of your lives to actually have a normal existence, and to be happier is to cut these toxic people that are energy vampires well out of your life. And sometimes you're just end with just an handful of people that you know, if that, because you've had to cut these people out. Loretta, I got rid of toxic people like that in my life. So, yes, I do have a choice, and I choose not to have them in my life. Makes for me a happier life, exactly. And I'm going to finish with that comment there because I think that's a great comment, Loretta. Thank you, everyone, for coming to my Thursdays, waking up to narcissism. And today's topic was about toxic relationships and toxic people and covert narcissism. So I will see you next week on Thursday if you want to follow my narcissistic series of waking up to a narcissist. Take care, everybody. Look after yourself and protect yourself, okay? And good night and bye for now. Bye bye.